Welcome back to the space where we prioritize the women behind the titles. If you've been with me from the beginning, you knew this show as Black Motherhood Unplugged, juggling life, work, and kids. But as I have grown, the mission has evolved. This is now Inner Healing with Jazz. I'm Jazz Ashby, author, spiritual empowerment coach, and a woman who finally decided to stop living for everyone else. This podcast is for the eldest daughters, the single mothers, and the Black women who have spent years lost in everyone else's mess. I spent the last year reclaiming my peace, my identity, and my soft error, and now I'm here to help you do the same. Whether you are healing from the past or protecting your future, you are in the right place. Let's get into today's journey. Hi, my beautifuls. How are y'all doing? How is everyone feeling today? Have you had a moment to ask yourself that question? How am I today? How am I feeling? If you haven't, I encourage you to do that right now. Ask yourself, girl, how am I feeling today? Ask yourself, tap into your mind, tap into your body. How does your body feel? How does your mind feel? How does your energy feel? Ask yourself those questions, okay? Also, I want to start off this episode by thanking God and my ancestors for the strength to show up for this mission, even when the body is tired, because I'm recording this very late so that I can make sure this gets dropped early in the morning. I also just got done with, I had a very busy weekend, so I was listening to this podcast episode, for the very first time. It's my first time watching it. And it was very good because one of, I would say, people that I follow on TikTok, his name is Michael Smoke, Smoak. Love this guy. Very inspirational. This guy's only 28 years old, about to be 29 as he mentioned, but he has great wisdom. And one of his mentors, as who I also absolutely love as well, is Tony Robbins. I'm pretty sure you're like, Jasmine, you like Tony Robbins? I love a lot of speakers. There are a lot of motivational speakers that I love because that's just my jam. That's what I like. Anyway, there was a clip that I saw on TikTok that had me say to myself, I gotta go fucking listen to this guy. And the clip was, they were talking about wellness, and he mentioned how, you have to have the interviewer mentioned you have to have discipline to do the things that you need to do. And he was like, it's not so much discipline, it's devotion. And I love that he said that because it's true. We are all devoted to something, whether we like it or not. And for me, I will say last week, I didn't work out all week last week. I told myself when it's my cycle, I am not going to go to the gym. And if I feel like going to the gym, I'll go. But intentionally, I'm going to do yoga. I'm going to do stretch. I'm going to stretch. I'm going to take my time that week specifically. And with me setting that intention for myself last week, I realized that I took my time with everything else. Whether it was going to go to the grocery store, whether it was cooking, whatever it was, I took my time. And if I found it that I was feeling tired, or I knew that if I added or started a new task within that day, and I know that it would be late because I know me, I would want to finish it in that moment, depending on what that task was, that then it would spill over into the time that I choose to unwind. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be in survival mode or rush to go to bed. I don't know. I'm weird like that. So because I'm choosing to be aware with myself and my body, and choosing to be aware with how I feel specifically during that time of the month, because a week prior I was eating like trash, and I was raw, and I hated it. I disliked it. But I also knew what it was. So, because I'm not normally like that, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, and I love that I'm devoted to going to the gym. I love that I'm devoted to working out. I love how it makes me feel. I love that I'm devoted to myself. you know? And that's just where I'm at. And a lot of the part that he mentioned as well is what I love, and I didn't even expect this to be to get what I got from that episode because I thought it was just focused on wellness. No, it was focused on life overall, and that's what I loved. And I loved listening to it because in my mind, this guy is structured. He speaks very well. He's very articulate. He doesn't pause between wording. No, this guy was himself. He was very vulnerable. He talked about losing his father last year. He talked about how that made him feel and how he recorded a podcast episode 2 days afterwards. And he told himself, regardless of what's going on, I have to keep going. And that's where it like hit me. I'm in the right place in that right moment. And I was listening to the episode while I was cooking after coming home from the park with my kids. I didn't finish it because I then sat down to eat. I put my phone down and I sat down to eat my food and enjoy the dinner that I made. I made rice, seasoned, well infused sofrito seasoned rice. Un poquito de rice because I'm cutting. I cut back on sugar for this entire month. I've been doing pretty good. Um, what else? What else? I had ground turkey and veggies infused. And I probably mentioned this before. I have bullet points, y'all, but y'all know how I talk. I'm over here and then I go here, but then it all connects. I don't do dairy. I don't do much of dairy. So the butter that I have now is plant-based butter, but it's olive oil. Olive oil is good for my blood type. So what I do is I chop up raw garlic, a lot of cloves, because I love me some garlic, y'all. And I add some kosher salt and some black pepper. Then I mix it, and while the veggies, which I had was broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots, boiling the water. And once that, once it boils, obviously not a lot of water, just enough to steam it. Then I add chunks of the garlic butter on the pan and let that melt and infuse in there so it's not salty, but you taste most of the garlic and the black pepper. So that's what I have for dinner, and I made my boys, my teens, baked ziti because Maddox doesn't like Maddox. I don't even, anyway, my youngest does not like pasta, and because I don't do dairy, I don't do cheese anymore. I didn't eat that. I made it nice and really good. They absolutely love it. I made their whole pan for them. And they had that with garlic sauce. I was supposed to give them some veggies, but I ate majority of the veggies. Me and my little one love us some veggies. And that was good. And then I went upstairs and I started working on my community that I'm going to share at the end. And I absolutely am just so excited. Oh my God, I was so busy this weekend. And then yesterday, oh my gosh, I'm not even gonna talk about yesterday. But anyway, today's a new day, so let's stay on track. So, I just love how vulnerable he was, Michael Smoke, how vulnerable Michael Smoke was about his dad, and how I have those moments. And I had a moment like that on Friday, as a matter of fact, where my cycle pretty much ended. So I don't know why I was crying, but then I had a moment. Well, I was thinking about that, but then I had a moment. Perhaps I was crying because I purged last week. I was releasing a lot of things last week. People that I A couple of people that I don't speak to reached out, um, and I just left them there. I didn't answer. And I'm not saying it in a negative way, but I'm really intentional with my space, and I'm very intentional with my heart. I told God that I'm opening my heart up, but in me doing so, I'm not allowing those from the past to come back in. And I've leaned into understanding and appreciating the season that we've had, and there's no hard feelings. So that happened, right? But then I finished off the last 4 episodes of Bridgerton, the season 4, which I think was one of my favorite seasons ever, that I would actually go back and rewatch, just like I rewatched Queen Charlotte, because it was that good. I loved, loved, loved Benedict's storyline. I absolutely loved it. And I cried all night Friday, and I was asking God, is this my energy? Yes, it is. Oh, I'm purging. I'm letting go of some things. I am in my feelings, and I just let it go. And I was just here with it. and I cried, and I was hiding my tears from my babies because I didn't want them to see me like this. And they didn't. They just knew that I was just in a space of it's a Friday. I just want to order me some Mediterranean food. I'm like falling for lamb now. And I love me some hummus. Oh my gosh, I had the best hummus. It was infused with a little bit of olive oil and then lemon and some chopped up herbs. Coño, that shit was good. And I watched Bridgerton, and like I said, I cried. And did I have any? No, I don't even drink like that either. Because normally I'll have wine. I didn't even have wine. I just cried. And the next day, I got up and went on about my day and got the fuck up out the house and was gone all day. Made sure I left the kids home with some food. Ordered them some pizza because I was still out all day. And I enjoyed the warm weather in Houston. And I did, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's, damn, it feels good to honor yourself and devote time to yourself, which leads me to this next part that I don't have in my bullet points, but I do want to share because I don't think I shared it in the last episode. Remember when I said, ladies, download a dating app? I went ahead and did it. I created my profile like this. As a matter of fact, now I realize where I heard the whole clearance rack energy from. It was from the same guy, Michael Smoke. Um, and I'm glad that I did it again, but with this headspace, and I didn't delete the profiles with the face of the feet. I deleted the profiles with the feeling of worth and the fact that I'm actually dating myself. Right? Let me tell you the quick story. And again, and ladies too, forgive me if I've repeated myself because for the past 2 to 3 episodes, I have not re-listened or rewatched my episodes. And a matter of fact, re-listened because I'm not doing videos. Y'all gonna get the videos from me in my community. I'm not doing videos because this whole anyway, I'll share that whole stuff in a second. So sticking to the whole dating portion of it. And I told myself this episode is not gonna be long, so let me get to the point. Talking to this guy, vibing with this guy. Guy is cool, guy is nice. And I actually talk about it on my TikTok where um I'm very intentional with my space, and I need for men to understand when you're dating a woman who has kids, a single mom with kids, her time is precious as I would expect that your time is also precious. I'm not going to waste anyone's time. And this guy, I believe we were the same age, in the gym, attractive. We talked frequently. We did a couple of video chats. I think I talked about this on the last episode. Nevertheless, when it came time for us to, because I gave him the time frame, I gave him Friday. I said Friday is the day that we'll go and hang out. When it came time for that, he did not give me the time or the location. For me, it should have been a Wednesday or Thursday. It didn't. So that morning I texted him and I said, hey, I made other plans because you didn't send me the location. And that's when he was like, it's not even 12 yet. And for me, I don't do last minute things. And I'm sharing this with you all because I'm still on that same energy to do whatever the fuck you want. If you want someone to date and to fuck, do that. If you're going to date a whole bunch of men, but you're not going to fuck them, that's also good. We're grown women. We know how to protect ourselves. We know how to protect ourselves sexually. We know how to have healthy sex. And we also know how to protect ourselves spiritually. I'm big on that. And I'm also big on not giving myself to just anybody. I've been there, done that, ain't doing that no more. Do I miss it? Absolutely. I have my moments. I'm still having that conversation with God. It's a pull and tug kind of thing there. But I'm not wasting anybody's time, and I'm not wasting that person's time. And that person gave me flags that I did not appreciate. And I told myself, I ignored them in the past. I'm not ignoring them anymore. I'm sharing this to say that the dating aspect of dating myself is really growing because I'm getting to know who I am and the things that I like and the things that I desire. Going back to earlier today, Sunday, I take my boys out to the park to go kick the soccer ball because there's this huge park by my home that they just created, and I wanted to throw the football. I was a tomboy growing up. I was in the streets. I'm literally in Brooklyn, on the streets in Brooklyn, with my uncles, with the boys on the street, with the girls on the street that did also play as well. We would play street football, street basketball, street baseball, all of that shit. If you see people in the movies in Brooklyn playing on the street, that was me. The hydrant and the water, all of that, that was me. That was my childhood. So I have three boys, as you guys know. So I'm playing soccer. My oldest, who's the cool kid, don't want to really engage. I kicked the ball, ended up kicking him in the face by accident. Did not mean it. But in my mind, I'm in game mode. And I'm like, yo, you're the goalie. Why didn't you block yourself? Anyway, let me get to the point. The whole point was, after all was said and done, everyone had a good time. Because at one point, I was throwing a football, and I absolutely loved throwing it because my uncle Sean taught me how to throw a football. And they would always tell me, yo, Jazz, you got a good arm. Jazz, you got a good arm. And my brother even told me that earlier today. Like, yeah, yep, I still got it. Like, shit. Anyway, I'm excited because I'm playing soccer with my middle child because my oldest and my youngest went to go ride the bike. So we are playing with the soccer ball, and then this young lady comes over to us and she was like, "Hey, is it okay if I play with y'all?" And I'm like, "Yeah, cool." In that moment, I mean, it was nice, but in that moment, I was like, "Man, I was having some time with my son," and I could tell he didn't like it because he starts to say like maybe 2 minutes in, "I'm tired." Or I hurt myself, and I'm like, come on, man, like, whatever. But what it was he was kind of like, yo, like, mom, this is me and you time. And he was really enjoying it. And then, she ended up playing it with, we let her play with the ball. And we went to go catch football. And we were doing that. And I was just having such a good time. And then at one point I got frustrated because I'm like, damn, like, my boys are not into wanting to play sports. My middle loves soccer. And I've been trying to get him into play a team or whatever, and he's just shy. He just rather play it just to play it. I guess he doesn't want the structured aspect of it. And I went to in the middle of it while he was playing with the girl for a quick second, because I'm giving you guys a story back and forth. I call my siblings to tell them, hey, like, well, not my siblings, only the two that I normally, like, we always chatting on the side outside the group chat. So I called them via FaceTime and we're talking and I'm showing them where we're at and it's good views, etc. And I'm telling them how I feel. And my brother pointed out, he made a good point, which I already knew, but it was just an aha moment too. And until I got another aha moment later on. And I'm sorry, ladies, if I sound tired. I'm tired. Anyway, so he goes, but Jazz, like, it's okay because, their dad doesn't have, what he said, they don't, their dad, they also got their dad's DNA. They're not really into sports like that. Like my middle child, he really is, but he rather play it. My son, my oldest, he's a tech guy. So when I came home, my youngest, he's sports. He's definitely sports. When I get home now and I'm cooking and I'm listening to the episode, the aha moment was while I was playing catch, and I'm telling you guys a story how it was from my childhood up until the age of 13 when I used to live with my grandparents, my paternal grandparents. I was in the street playing catch, football, all those things. That was my childhood. So when I was at the park earlier today, I tapped into my child energy. I was young Jazz playing with my sons, like my it was just, I can't even explain it. I just felt like I could feel it right now. I could feel the emotion. I was young Jazz. So it wasn't so much so getting my oldest to play, it was me wanting to play. Y'all get that? So I had shared that with my boys later on in the evening while we were having a conversation about some things, and it just felt really good to understand that portion of life. We have moments where we're just so stuck in the roles that we play today, whatever role we play at work, the role that we play at home, the role that we play in our relationships, the eldest daughter, the oldest sister, the one that everyone looks to for everything. And in that moment, I was just in myself. I wasn't the one making the appointments for my grandmother. I wasn't the one doing mom stuff. I was being Jasmine in that moment. So I say all of that to say, like, I encourage you all to have those moments too. It's okay to be vulnerable with yourself. It's okay to kind of like, oh, okay, this is what I want. And it's okay that your kids don't want some of the things that you want to do too, because they're their own selves, their own characters, their own person, and we have to allow them to grow into that. You know what I'm saying? So that was just it was just beautiful. It was just beautiful. I absolutely loved it. All right, y'all, let me make sure I stay on top of these notes. All right, so now I'm gonna bring this to the ending because it's just very important that I share this. And I just want to say, y'all, I had to break up with Patreon, and here's why. Patreon. I wonder where they came up with that name. Anyway, it was great, but it didn't give the sisters the community and closeness that I felt that I could have created there. And when you think about Patreon and the $5 a month, it kind of gives tip jar energy. And I'm not saying that it doesn't work, because it has for other creators, but for me, the platform wasn't giving what it was that I feel that I am created for the community. So what I am doing is I am introducing the collective, which is the sanctuary, and it will be on a platform called School, SKOOL. It's free to join. It's a home where everything is in one place: the prayers, the ebook, and the tribe. And I would love it that you all go ahead and join over there. And here's why. For those, especially women like me who are ADHD, the platform on School is amazing because everything is in tabs. It's in steps as well. It's visual. It's very what's the word, tech savvy. It's very easy to use. It's very, oh my gosh, what is the phrase? I cannot remember the phrase, but it's easy to navigate. It's not hard at all. The community is where it's at. I have the ebook uploaded in there. I have a classroom, which is a module for prayers. It's where we go to just unload. We go and share what we got going on. I already have many tasks on my list. And this community is not another task for you all. It's not mandatory. It's not, you got to do this. No, it's not any of those things. It's a place where we could just go in and just commune with one another. It's a place where we could just share, yo, this is what I got going on. What y'all think? Or how would you approach this? It's a community. A community that I've desired to build for the longest, and it was in front of my face this entire time. I've been working out of this on something else with one of my mentors, as a matter of fact, not something else, with one of my mentors. And I'm like, man, I love it here. Like, it's so good. The steps are short. I just absolutely freaking love it. So I'm going to drop the link in the show notes, but also share it here. So the link to my sanctuary, the collective, is go to school.com. That's SKOOL.com / in her healing. Similar to how the podcast is spelled. And the reason why is because I want to honor my mom. It wasn't how I wanted to honor her, obviously, because she's transitioned, but this is my way of honoring my mom and dedicating dedicating this journey, this path to her, because my mom, she did not know how to love herself or take time for herself because she was groomed to serve others. That's how I was groomed, to serve the men in my family, to serve the men in my life first and in myself last. And that's why I would say my relationships didn't last, is because I was serving them ignoring me and losing myself in those relationships. And I lost myself as well in motherhood as well, because I was groomed to serve men. So here I am doing, not leading, doing, not taking care of myself. I became resentful in past relationships, and I don't want to become, and I didn't become resentful of my kids, but I did at one point, of course, with my baby daddies, because they're nowhere to be found. So this is what this is for. It is to honor my mother, honor the eldest daughters, the single mothers, even the women that are married and are still doing it on their own, because it is a lot. Because men are taught to lead, right? Some men, excuse me. Some men are taught to lead. However, the women end up doing all of the work, and the men, the ones that they think are leading, just feels like all they have to do is just pay the bills, come home, cook, fuck, do whatever the hell. So yeah, that's not what I'm about, and who I am. And I want you guys to just have a safe space, a safe space to set healthy boundaries, and to choose yourself and to honor yourself, because no one else would do it, and there's no one else that's going to come and save y'all. So I don't want y'all to become complacent. I don't want y'all to continuously be resentful towards those that don't see you. But I do want to let you know that I do see you. I see you, I consider you, and I appreciate you. And I just love that y'all are here listening and sharing these episodes, because I love doing this. I absolutely love doing this. I just have to let y'all know that. Like, I'm up at freaking 11:43 recording this, y'all. This is a part of my purpose, and God put it on my heart, and I absolutely love it. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the community, really and truly. So when you guys join, I encourage you guys to share it with other women that you know would benefit from that sanctuary. Of course, it's not you guys join and automatically let you guys in. I'll obviously have to make sure that I you guys answer a couple of questions or whatever the case may be, but I don't just want no craziness in the in the community, or any robots or whatever have you. I'm going to have it it's a private group. It's a private group, legit. So also, one more thing before I go, I have to share what's coming next. I'm opening the doors to a 10-woman intensive on March 9th. This is a 7-day deep dive. This is a 4-week deep dive into reclaiming your identity and unlearning the grooming that told you to put everyone else first. The doors open March 9th and close March 16th. Again, I'm only taking 10 women, and it is by application only. I need to know you are truly ready to stop being the strong one and start being the healed one. To get the application link, you have to be inside the collective. Again, the collective is free to join right now. You will go to the link in my show notes, get in the house, and look for the March 9th announcement, which I will share and drop this week. I will drop it most likely tomorrow, March 2nd. So share this, and that's up to you guys. Again, you don't have to do the intensive, but if you're ready to do the work, I think this will be good. And again, it's by application only, so not everybody will be able to go in there. And I'm only choosing 10 women because I want it to be intimate, because we're going to do the work together. Okay? Again, join the collective. The collective is free. That community is free. And I'm opening the door, to a 10 women intensive starting March 9th. All right? So, before I go, if you didn't do anything this weekend, I do encourage you to do something today. Before each task that you do for yourself, for example, if you get to work and you sit at your desk, before your fingers start typing away at that keyboard, take 2 minutes to do some breath work. And what I mean by that is, put your phone on silent, close your door, wherever you're at, however that is for you, If you got to go to the bathroom, whatever that is for you, take 2 minutes to take a deep breath. You're going to inhale for 4 seconds. You're going to hold for 2 seconds. And you're going to exhale for 6. Let's actually try it here while I'm on the episode with you. So we're going to inhale. Let's go. Inhale 4. 1. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Exhale as if you're blowing through a straw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do it again. Inhale 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Exhale for 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do one more. Inhale for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2 seconds. 1, 2. Exhale for 6 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You could put on a 2-minute timer. Say it in your head. Relax your shoulders. Get the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Unclench those butt cheeks. Just loosen up and just do that before every task. So then now you're done with your 2-minute breath work. You go ahead and you start typing away. Make sure you step away from your desk. Put on a timer for 30 to 45 minutes because we could get glued to our desk and not get up. And when we get up, our legs are all tense and tight and all that kind of stuff because we did not get up to walk around. I share this to say, practice being aware with your body rather than than what's going on outside of your body. We have to always continuously be tapped in with ourselves to know how we feel, where we need to rest, where we need to calm down. Because if we're constantly in survival mode and we're not stopping to take a moment to just breathe, our body is going to be in survival mode all day, causing stress all day. So when it's time to come home and relax and cook and eat or whatever, we're fatigued. Take it easy on yourself, y'all. Sorry for the stumble of the words. I said I wasn't gonna make a long episode, but here we are with a long episode. And I look forward to seeing y'all in the collective. And when you guys join the collective, drop the city that you're joining from so I know where y'all at. All right. I love y'all. Peace, love, and hair grease. I'll talk to y'all soon.